time ago, I can still remember.
Day 2, here we go. So now we made it to Cartersville, Georgia this evening, and it's an amazing story. Let's see how it happened. When we left Marietta this morning, we had Scott and Corinne made this amazing breakfast for us. Everything from Greek yogurt, fresh cut strawberries, to bacon and eggs with homemade biscuits. It's quite a feast, and the best part about all this was we had all our bags packed up. We were marching out around 9:15, 9:30. They brought out all the leftovers in plastic Ziploc bags. And they're like, here, take this with you. And we're like, cool, just threw it all in our bags with some fruit, some oranges and bananas, and we started marching out. So we left Marietta, Georgia this morning, and we were walking, and it was today was something special here. I'm looking down at my notes. I'm cheating here. Doesn't matter. Today was special because there was a lot of team growing, a lot of talk about standards and a lot of talk about the selectiveness of this group, and the gears are in motion now, and I think one of those things happened when Peter was suggesting these ideas. He had these thoughts, and we were just talking about how this group has come together for a single purpose, and that single purpose trumps any one of our personal ideas or anything like that. So it's important that the group stays first, and that's one of the standards, So if my personal behaviors affect the group, then I either need to check that out the door, or I gotta find another march to join, And it seems very exclusive, and everything like that. But the point is, this march is different. It's almost a social experiment of sorts. We don't really know what's gonna happen, but basically we've got a bunch of people that have a skill set, that are ready to work, and that are proactive and with mental curiosity, and amazing things happen. So what happened with Peter this morning was the fact that the group was able to police each other. I think he was talking about how he wanted to just write the information, because we don't have any flyers right now, right? And it's he just wanted to kind of put together something, so we had something. And it was a good idea, it really was. But then we also understand that we have a standard. It's we want to have something that represents who we are as a group. So the first impression that they receive is a flyer that has scribbled on a name and a website. It kind of detracts from what we're really all about, considering we're putting in a lot of work here. Marching 1,000 miles is no easy task, but at the same time, we're not just doing that, we're doing a lot of work beyond that. So it was nice how the group kind of stepped up and said, hey, no, that's not how we're supposed to do it. This is how we want to do it, And it was setting the bar high, and I look at it like that kind of brings a goal to set. It's if there is no standard, if there is no this is what is working, if there's no role model, it's hard for us to gauge how we've progressed, because we are progressing as a movement. Anyways, let me bounce off of that, and it says the next topic I have is teamwork and dynamics, and I really believe that the teamwork and dynamics of this group is starting to shine. We're all tired, we're all motivated, we're all tired, we're all motivated, we're all tired, but it's like a push and pull, and we keep standing strong in the commitment that we've made with each other, really, And this core group, I think what it is a smaller group, I get that, but also we're all working, and we see each other working, and we congratulate each other. And I think these things that we do is fostering a permaculture, and that permaculture is something that we want to pass along. And I personally believe that this permaculture is seen everywhere we go without really saying it. 90% of communication is nonverbal, right? So I think it's something cool, because, for example, we're stopping for lunch. We stopped at a Best Buy so Darren could buy a little charger, and then after that we were outside this Dollar Tree, and we walked into the Dollar Tree. We were walking outside, and as we're walking outside, we don't have big signs that are saying we are Occupy and everything like that. This lady passes us by and jokingly says, Occupy Ackworth. We're in the town of Ackworth, Georgia, and it was we turned around, we looked at her, and we were like, how did she know we were part of the Occupy movement, And I think those small things, we don't have big signs, we don't look like hippies, we don't have tents, but I think they understand that there is an underlying movement that in this nation, in this world, that we're all feeling. And I think the Occupy movement has kind of filled that shoe, and fell into that place, and it's amazing. We started walking after that, and we still didn't have any accommodations this evening. And you can tell here we are indoors, so we'll get to that story. You know, I got to get you past the commercial here. So, you know, we're looking for accommodations, and it got to a point where it was like 2 o'clock, and I was tired. You know, I was tired, and made a suggestion. We made a proposal to go to Starbucks and do a little research there. You know, and you know, the team got together and they started making phone calls. You know, and they started calling churches, chapels, everything, YMCA's. They called American Legions, Veterans of Foreign War offices, everything. You know, and it was just, it's amazing how, you know, all we'd have to do is plant that seed, and then from there just let the universe kind of take care of it. You know. So anyways, in between the time that we found a place to stay, there's a lot of backstory. You know, and one of those things was, as we were walking past out of the Starbucks, you know, the guy who was working at Starbucks stops and he goes, "Hey, can I take a picture? And what are you guys all about?" You know, so we kind of explained about the G8 and the NATO summits and the rare occurrence of that happening, the fact that we're gonna rub elbows, rub shoulders with seasoned activists and really submerge or involve the Occupy movement with a much broader movement, you know, and it's with people that have been protesting and being active and for a long time, you know, and being able to mesh with them and learn and teach, you know. He was really excited for us, so he took a picture with us, and then we started walking down the road, and it wasn't maybe a quarter mile, you know, this guy honks. He's like, "Hey!" And we're like, "Okay, hey, what's going on?" And then he busts a U-turn, and he pulls up into the gas station, and he starts talking with us. He's like, "What are you guys all about? I saw PAX. You guys doing the Appalachian Trail?" You know, because Springer Mountain's right in Georgia. And we're like, no, we're not doing that. And started talking, and I'll upload the video here in a minute here. Basically, we interviewed him for a little bit, and he was just talking about how, you know, we need more people like you guys, you know, and it's like more inspiration. You know, he gave us $20. And then after that, there was another veteran who came up, and his wife gave us $40. You know, we made $60 in a 30-minute time within a mile range, you know, and it was just like, wow, that's amazing. And I think one of the things that we learned was, from my own personal experience, was that even with the longer marches, or even with the bigger marches, you know, we only got 5 people right now, but even with the bigger marches, we would take them in about the same amount of donations. It was just spread with more people. You know, now that we only have 5 core people, you know, these rations will go a lot longer. You know, and you know, maybe we're striking a chord here that maybe, you know, 10 to 12 would be the max you would want in a group, you know, and then from there split. Once you hit 10, you know, split, you know, and then you know, it was nice. It was nice to see that. This is day 2, you know, and it was nice to see that encouragement again, you know, for newer people like Andrew. You know, Andrew's never really experienced that with us before, you know, and then you have Peter joining Raleigh, Turtle and Darren are from Philly, you know, so it's like they kind of knew that, but Andrew was like, wow, this is like really happening, huh? There's like a lot of people supporting us. And you know, I think one of the coolest things that we do on this march too, and you know, people that are planning other marches, is that you really get to help people that you don't even know. For instance, Peter really opened up today. I think we're digging into him real hard, because it's like he opened up to us, you know. And one of the things that he did was he made a confession about, like, when he was growing up, he really didn't have these social skills, you know. And it was nice to be confided in, but at the same time, it was nice to be part of someone's life and helping them grow, you know. And it was amazing. It was amazing to be a part of that process. And I wish, you know, everyone keeps following up, see what happens with Peter, because I see him, he's very intelligent, he's a very intelligent man, and I just see him continuing to progress, you know, in that, in developing that skill. So anyways, let's get down to the good part, the crazy part about all this, right, about how we found our place here, how we found this beautiful place is, so all the calls that we made at Starbucks, right, so we made all these calls. It was about 2 o'clock, 2:30, started marching. We had found a place to camp out. We were going to do road camping tonight, and it was going to hit 19 degrees with a wind chill of 9 degrees, so it was going to be about 9 degrees this evening. And we were all ready to camp, you know. We were going to have a little fire. We found a little spot. As we were about maybe a quarter mile before our camp spot, we were all ready. We were all exhausted. We were all just ready to just stop. About a quarter mile from our camp spot, we get a phone call, and it's a pastor, Pastor Mary Erickson, with the church out here in Cartersville, you know. And she said, "The church is closed, but I'm inviting y'all to my house, so come on." And so basically we're at her house now, and it was just, you know, we had to walk an additional 3.5 miles, but we did it, you know, and now we're able to do outreach. They're downstairs right now. I'm exhausted. I'm about to go to bed, but they're downstairs right now. The whole crew's downstairs, you know, and they're outreaching. Not only on a more personal level, you know. This is what we got invited to their house, and now we get to share, break bread with them, you know. And this isn't something that you do with just anybody, you know what I mean? It's like she opened up her doors, and we're opening up our doors, you know, and we're saying, hey, this is what we're about, but we also want to know what your story's about, you know. And you know, it's I see the connections that are happening along the way, but I also see I'm noticing something here, is that more people are becoming aware of this movement, the Occupy movement. More people are understanding that there are people standing up for them, and the more people are wanting to get involved but don't know how yet, you know. And I just urge each one of us, you know, to continue to keep pushing the envelope. It's like we're having a GA, internal GA, a campfire GA, and one of the topics that was coming up was just keeping the standard high, you know. Let's push the envelope. Let's raise the bar, even though we're doing good, even though we're a 9, a 10. Let's push it up even higher. And I look at it like now is the time. We can't wait for the next time to roll around. Okay, I'm gonna get on my soapbox here. All I'm saying is the time is always now, and we have to do it now. And I look at it like this next generation, who we're gonna pass the torch to, just like we received the torch from the generation prior, is they're gonna hit the ground running, you know. And we just gotta prepare that path for them, you know. And so, ready for bed. Hope you enjoyed day 2. Again, my name is Bohan, and you know, we're in Cartersville, and we hope to be 15 miles from here tomorrow. And keep checking back. Bye.
Just because I'm hurting doesn't mean I'm hurt. Doesn't mean